spot, and that movie is absolutely terrifying. Like,
Right.
I didn't even finish Contagion, and I know I'm not watching it right now at this moment in time because that is just terrifying to me. Drive-by Movies here. You're watching Sequeled. My name's Blaise.
And I am James.
This week, we're talking Netflix's #1 movie, and that is none other than Outbreak.
Many people are dying and are going to continue to die unless we find this monkey.
There will be panic the likes of which we have never seen.
There you are!
That right there cracks me up. That Outbreak is #1 film watched on Netflix right now, just because the resurgence that movie is making currently. That it's a movie I haven't heard about in a long time. I've only seen it once, and I was a younger kid, and there were some creepy moments I remember from that movie, but I highly enjoyed it. And it was the movie I always thought about when you introduced me to the board game Pandemic. I love that board game, and I would always just think of Outbreak whenever we played that. So it's funny, and I'm excited to hear what your sequel is, just because it's been a while since I've seen it.
Well, if you haven't seen this movie in a while, I just have a little bit of a spoiler for you. It was like a riot. I definitely recommend checking this movie out. It's like one of the best comedies I've seen this year. It was just so funny. Like, I don't know if like people are out there watching this movie like, oh, is this what's going on? Like, the movie is like hilarious. Just the fact that the virus is called the Motaba virus was enough for me in the beginning. I like had to double take for a second, like, wait, what's going on here? Like, just the name of the virus was cracking me up. It's like almost sounds like a tongue twister of some sort. There's so many like insane moments. It really made me realize like how crazy 90s movies are, because they're similar to 80s movies where they want to be, they're, playing to lowest common denominator. They're trying to be super cheesy, but then at the same time, they're like trying to be kind of sentimental, be like very like tug at your heartstrings, but sometimes it just doesn't fire at all, which is especially in this film, Outbreak. It was just, a riot to watch. I definitely recommend anyone checking out. Hopefully, our future doesn't entail anything like this movie has it, especially because, now it seems like we're on a global pandemic where this was like an epidemic that was happening in a small, smoky cedar town. But basically, this California town is hit by this monkey that lands from the black market that was infected with this Motaba virus, basically lands and infects like slowly, people, but the virus in which he's infecting them with is also airborne, so people are getting infected, from each other. It just kind of all breaks out, but surprisingly doesn't even spread close to as fast as what we're currently dealing with in the world, which is the part that I was just like, if a virus is airborne, like that is already so insane. Like, the virus that we're currently dealing with right now, COVID-19, isn't airborne, thank God. But I was just like, how are they like containing it to this small town? Anyways, though, that is the first Outbreak. It ends very abruptly.
It does.
Which for me, well, I mean, it's like they kind of tie things together, but Dustin Hoffman's character, Sam Daniels, does, basically go against the president's word. Like, the president issued the town to be like nuked, essentially. And Dustin Hoffman flies his helicopter up to the bomber and like stops them, which is also just a hilarious moment. So, I mean, I think like there still would have been some repercussions, even though he was right. They did create a cure for the disease. Like, there still would be some repercussions if you're defying the president. I don't think like you can have the last word against the president, regardless if you're right or wrong. Like, at least some especially our current president. But like, I feel like some aspects you'd still get in trouble. Like, maybe you're not gonna, get executed or something, but like something's gonna happen. So essentially, I wanted like the president is unhappy with Dustin Hoffman's character Sam Daniels. It sends him to prison for 25 years.
Oof.
This film came out 25 years ago, so basically it's going to be taking place now. Not in the current status. I'm not going to, make this the coronavirus movie, but I mean, there'll be some similarities. I'll ask you for help in drawing those, but I want Sam Daniels to be in prison. Like, he was sent, for defying like the president, like putting people in danger. Because what if his cure didn't work out? He would have put tons of people in danger if this airborne virus had spread. So I still want like the repercussions to be on him. He's in prison, basically in prison, you know. He hears about this global pandemic and this new virus that's emerging. I'll let you go ahead and name the virus, though. Feel free.
That's a tough thing that you're like just putting me on the spot on. I mean, COVID, I guess I'll go with horrid because it's a horror-esque thing. And it's, you know, it's a movie like, oh, well, this is such a horrid event. Makes sense to call it Horrid 20 because it's 2020.
All right, well, feel free to, you know, come up with some ideas for what the virus might do, like some of the side effects. Feel free to think about that. I'll let you think about that for a second. But this virus is definitely going to be airborne because I want it to be much more deadly than what was in like the original outbreak. So the original outbreak, they had an airborne virus. We need to keep it airborne here.
I'm curious,
but think about yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but like with the original, I don't remember. But does it kill people on the spot or like what?
So what happens with the virus is you start bleeding from every orifice, like, and then you die like slowly. You have like a fever. You start bleeding out of your eyes, like a mouth, and then like you basically die within like I think it was like 6 hours or something.
Wow.
Yeah, like Kevin Spacey's character. He didn't make it. I'll just spoil alert there. But that's going to be the same case. So we got to have Cuba Gooding Jr. back because he made it. Major Salt, you know, he's going to be coming back. I want the beginning of the movie to kind of be slow as you hear like the news from inside the prison, like this virus is taking over the world. Basically, Sam, he's going to stage a prison protest because the inmates are scared that they're going to get infected because they're very close proximity place. He's going to, you know, stage this basically they're all going to starve themselves and stage this protest, you know, no food, make sure they can kind of like start protesting the prison. It's a peaceful protest. So the prison realizes they should let some of the, you know, more peaceful prisoners out for the time being just to, you know, avoid the spread of this plague. And essentially Sam Daniels gets back on the street. He contacts Major Saul, which is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character. And he's at the epicenter of the virus. Where is it? None other than Miami, Florida. It's spring break, and they can't get people to stay off the beaches.
I love it.
So that's basically the gist of like where my story is going to be going. It's going to be spring break. Think Cabin Fever 2 because I think that was like a prom. Think that, but like more spring break. Right. Essentially, this virus is going to be spreading during spring break. They can't get people to stop partying. I want it to be a farce. I want it to be kind of a parody because in these dark times, we need something to laugh at that might be as similar. I know a lot of people have been watching Outbreak on Netflix recently, and I don't know if they're going there for like morbid or like curiosity or something, but for me, it was like, this movie is hilarious. Like, thank God, like this can like, I think they made it, you know, to be very serious, but in the current state of the world, this movie was really funny to me. It was so silly and over the top. I think that's what made it funny. Not the fact that people are dying left and right in the movie. It's just how silly the film was. When Dustin Hoffman's flying his helicopter into this bomber jet to like stop them, and he's like talking shit to like Donald Sutherland, like, and then Donald Sutherland's like, you know, you're defying the president, and he's just like, we have a cure. Like, it's just, I don't know. It was hilarious. I definitely recommend anyone checking out the original Outbreak.
You are one sick human being for finding this intense drama such a comedy, man. No, I love it.
It's a 90s
honestly.
movie.
No.
It was not. It was just a bad drama, let's be honest here.
No, I love it. Honestly, this sounds great. And you had me at the Miami scene. I mean, out of the COVID, 19, like, stuff that we've been going on, like that Miami video just really upset me, and I think it upset a lot of people. One thing that I remember Outbreak did, though, was having that intense scene within the movie theater where everyone got terrified just because they're watching a movie about an outbreak and then they're watching it at a theater. So I think it'd be interesting to be having like a Netflix party crew or something, or people just watching a movie at home and then the outbreak breaks in while they're watching Netflix, just to create that same scene but in a more
Comic-Con,
modern setting.
TwitchCon.
Yeah. Just a modern take on it, essentially.
Yeah, you got to be watching it from home. This is going to be straight to video. There's no way this is going to the theaters. So
Right.
it would be funny if people watching, a digital cinema or some type of streaming app, they're watching Hulu.
Yeah.
And they get a virus on their computer that infects them. I don't know.
I love it. Yeah. Honestly, that sounds great. Like just a big Twitch party is going on or a Zoom classroom party and just everyone while watching just somehow gets it. Yeah.
They've infected our computers and our lungs.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be it for me. Did you think about any of the side effects? What would make this movie more entertaining virus-wise?
I mean, you can't go wrong with like the blood coming out of the eyes again, I'd say. What's it called? Just like I was just trying to think up some of the death scenes. Essentially, that's like the Netflix party thing is one thing that comes to mind. But no, you can't go wrong with it. I don't think escalating it would be too crazy. Like, where else do you go after that? Like, can't make it a zombie thing. I think maybe just it'd be a little creepier having the death scenes happen a little bit quicker to where it's not 6 hours essentially.
Yeah. The people were able to be hospitalized though, at least in the original Outbreak. Like, I think that makes it a bit more serious than if you want to go the horror element, like definitely if people just drop dead on the spot, that's definitely a lot more scary. And that was Contagion. Have you seen Contagion?
No, I have not seen that one yet either. Yeah.
People just drop like either on the spot or like close to on the spot. And that movie is absolutely terrifying. Like, I didn't even finish Contagion, and I know I'm not watching it right now at this moment in time because that is just terrifying to me. But when I watched the original, I'm a hypochondriac, so when I watched the original Contagion, like I had to turn it off 20 minutes in. It was too much.
I mean, I would definitely want to utilize some of the horror elements. I think as we're learning, one thing I would like to incorporate into your sequel for Outbreak is how unprepared we were for our current virus that we're going through right now. And I'd like to see that on cinema a little bit more. And one movie that I thought captured it pretty well was Shin Godzilla, I think it was just called Godzilla Resurgence over in Japan, but here in America it's called Shin Godzilla. I love that the elements in that movie, the government has no idea what to do if a monster ever attacked. And there might be some protocols for certain things, but just overall though, like a lot of things have to get approved, and I just love to see how delayed the government is like trying to solve this problem and just how bad it keeps getting essentially, and just incorporating that like kind of take on the movie.
Yeah, and most definitely you can incorporate that take because they're going to be trying to get people off the beach, and they want to party. It's spring break. It's literally what we just went through. But I think with more deadly kind of thing going on than in the first film, like it took people like 6 hours to die. Like in this, if they're gonna just be dropping, it's what made me stop watching Contagion because it was so scary. I think it's gonna be a very entertaining movie, and I'll just outright say it's very insensitive at the moment, the movie. So we gotta wait, maybe 10 years to release this thing or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're just having fun here, but there is a serious thing going on in the world right now. So I hope that everyone stays safe. Stay safe, stay indoors, and to keep your sanity. We're poking a little bit of fun at a movie that was #1 on Netflix because of the current status of the world, and that is Outbreak here. Definitely go check it out on Netflix, guys. It is worth the time. I think it's funny, like it was just a silly, over-dramatized 90s movie, so definitely I think it's worth a watch. It's not too scary. I'd say stay away from Contagion. That's definitely more the scary route. I couldn't even finish it. But that's going to kind of wrap this week's show up, guys. Definitely support the show by clicking the Amazon affiliate link in the description box below to watch the original Outbreak on Amazon.
After doing that, be sure to leave a comment and like our video. Let us know what you thought about the movie if you enjoyed this video too. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to get all our latest updates.
That's it for Sequel this week, guys. Tune in next week for a brand new video.